Here we go. Alright, we have no AoE, but we do have a Crimson Oculus, so let's hope to draw it. Hey, perfect. Do I Rescue RX or Primus Fist? I don't need a Mana Tile on 2, so the 10 health minion that heals me is probably better. This is good in case they have ranged. This is redundant, because I've already got a 2-drop. Much better. I mean, if a minion exists actively for a turn, it's usually going to get some value. Yes. Yeah, most of the time. I'm looking forward to seeing Sleet Dasher sweep away an army of Wraithlings this game. Oh yeah, Sleet Dasher. I should dig for that. It's pretty good. I really like the design on that card. It feels bad when someone Boundless Courages it and you lose the game, but like, it's a really cool card. So turn 1 this in the center. Turn 2 Oculus. Turn 3 we'll have this. We might be able to take a tile. To Grincher. If not, excuse me. If not, Primus Shieldmaster is still fantastic. All is well in the world. That, however, is too expensive. Defensive opening from the opponent here. That's fine by me. I get to play a Crimson Oculus like there, which is pretty sick. Assuming they don't have a ranged unit. Blood Tear? Oh, sure. Oh yeah. Time for aggressive positioned Crimson Oculus. Booyah. Rip my 5 health, but still. It'd be good if they'd come forward and made plays to the center, which is often the case with Lilith. Incoming Dancing Blades. Oh, goodness me. I didn't think of that. Although I don't think Dancing Blades kills it. It becomes a 3-4. If I remember correctly. They don't have it, it's fine. Whew. You scared me. Is there a card named after you in the game? There is not, unfortunately. I wish there was. That would be really cool. Yeah, Mercantor. Mercantor is my spiritual streamer card. Well, they still played a 4-6 though, and you're not far off. This Primus Shieldmaster is looking pretty comfortable here. Why would you trade damage there? Get to heal. Right, do we send this to its doom in order to get rid of the healing mystic? That doesn't seem sensible. What is my best line here though? Oh, I can stun this. Ooh, I can stun the Hailstone Golem, set up a Fire Spitter, while putting this in a safe distance, and then kill the healing mystic. That seems very good. My opponent can still run over and punch the Oculus. So if they have like Incorn Gaze or something, they can still get rid of it. But then if they have a way to deal 2 damage, there's a Fire Splitter, so that's a much more tempting target. I thought Kanumkar was your card. I spoiled Kanumkar. Along with Lurking Fear and that spell where you draw 2 cards if you have an egg. That was another spoiler card of mine. And Necromata. So it's not bad actually. There's 3 out of the 4 of my cards have turned out to be staples in something. And obviously Kanumkar is busting. Don't need this so much, right? That's fine. Might help you kill this Hailstone Golem if I need. Elena is actually really solid in Gauntlet. So this is an experiment for me. I've been super unimpressed with Elena whenever I play against her. I often find that the BBS just does absolutely nothing. It has been working fairly well for me so far though. Like stunning big units. My first opponent made a Diamond Golem off of Grimes, and I was able to stun that for a long time. And play around it. So maybe it's just that I was pressuring them too much or something. Like I had one game where I had a Primus Shield Master locking my opponent in place for the whole game. And they kept stunning it, but like, it has Provoke, I don't care. You know? You could play Primus, then move Oculus up to freeze the Golem, maybe. Yeah, possibly. Literally all of the new generals are decent / interesting in Gauntlet. I don't know, Maeve feels bad. I was not keen on Maeve. That was an interesting play from my opponent there, giving me a free kill on this Hailstone. This Chromatic Cold is a pretty brutal answer to the Horror Buster as well, so I think we just win the game this turn. I can clear everything. Let's see if I can draw a proactive play. Even better. Alright. I'm actually just going to put this right here. To be fair, I forgot Maeve exists. Yeah, no, I went 2-3. It was not good. It was not good at all. Have you seen that Trump bub? I haven't seen it personally. I've seen it on the news. I think it's very funny. I heard that there's a museum that wants to preserve it, which is great. It's hard to buff Maeve in a way that doesn't make her OP. If she takes less damage for BBS, it's OP. If she gets a better minion, it's OP. That's an interesting point. Yeah. She's kind of an awkward hero because at least in Gauntlet, like, you basically can't use the BBS more than once or twice. Against Faye, that drops to 0. Like, you just don't have a BBS, which sucks. It's kind of, you know, it makes it less fun. Like, actively less fun. So I think this is either a Grinch or a Red Steel Minos turn. I think Grinch is more mana efficient. And a 5/4 is better than a 4/5, so bye. That's not bad either. The Releaser. I will replace that. I synergy with Ruby Rifter, Sworn Avenger, and Releaser, I guess. I have actually played Maeve with Ruby Rifter before. Because I'm just like the world's biggest Ruby Rifter fan, basically. Do I let this die? Yes, it's 14 damage if they go for it. And I get a 1/3 with when this attacks you win the game, so. Ruby Rifter is a great card, 6/6 for 6 that draws 1. Yeah, and then presents so much more potential. I love Ruby Rifter. Like, I think it's really underrated. I've played... Baronian and I once brewed a Zeran deck. Oh, good, that's pretty strong. Baronian and I once brewed a Zeran deck with Ruby Rifter that worked really well. I think the original plan was like, you know, you can play your Sundrop elixirs and stuff, and then you've got Scorns and other synergies that like heal you, that trigger the Ruby Rifter while also working with your kit in general. It was all pretty sweet. Most of that stuff was just cute. Like it ended up being the Ruby Rifter was just so good in the deck that it didn't matter very much. That you were synergizing with it or whatever. Like, if you're just playing these kind of slow, half tempo, half control decks, like Zeran decks usually are, it's just such a good finisher. And you get to play Magnetize with it. So you play like 1 or 2 Magnetizers, which give you early removal if you draw them early, which is great. And then later on, you play a Rifter and you draw like 7 cards off of it, digging for Magnetize. You find your Magnetize, you're just like, whoops, now I'm going to hit you with my 26. So good. Lethal with Primus and Wolf. Let's see, we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're right, thank you. If I can get everybody in position correctly, yes. Unless Horrific Visage. No, good, okay. Visage deck with Ruby Rifter. That looks pretty nice.